Hey guys, your boy Onyxe back with another video. As you can see from the title, this is not gaming related. It's not forbidden related. This video is a little bit on the more personal side, but but I feel like I want to vocalize my feelings about my nephew. First of all, Aisyn, Uncle loves you. Not a day goes by that I don't miss you. I really wish the people who were supposed to protect you protected you. Didn't let bad things happen to you, and this video will be about me just wanting to vocalize some of my confusions now that I understand the situation better, what happened to my nephew and his unfortunate passing. However, you don't want to watch this video, you don't want to be hearing soppy sad stories, please click off now and go enjoy the plenty of gaming content I have and the forbidden content, and hopefully you want to purchase my book. But let me get to the topic of the video now. I knew my nephew when he was a baby. I didn't get to see him when he was first born in the hospital, but I saw my nephew shortly after, and I instantly fell in love with Aisyn Zaid Blade. I don't like to call him his actual last name because to me, he deserves better than that last name he was given from his mother's side. Because first of all, you know what happened to your baby, and for you to defend that man, that fucking piece of shit, instead of speaking up, tells me everything I need to know about you. You lied to my family for so many years, pretend to be something you were not. But my main question to you, Grizel, I know you're probably not going to ever watch this video. I don't give a shit. When do you stop loving Aisyn? When do you stop loving your own son? When did you feel that Aisyn was a burden? When Aisyn just something you just felt like it was a chore? It was somebody who was just an inconvenience to your otherwise perfect life. And like I said, I'll be the first one to say it, and I'll say it to my mother and my grandma all the time. I love Alex. Alex is my younger brother. Out of all my brothers, Tynan, Javen, and Farron Zaid, which is Alex's government name. Alex was not always the best guy to you, but I was still my baby brother, and I never condoned how Alex treated you. But let's also keep it 100%. You were not always good to my brother. You two were a mixed match. But I would say this, despite how my brother acted, Alex was a damn good father to his son, Aisyn. And I once believed you were a damn good mother to Aisyn as well. But, this past year has proven otherwise. And, Grizel, my anger comes, fuck Nelson. I know that I never liked that piece of shit. And the fact, and then what started off, Grizel, you lied about us to what Nelson was. You lied to us. You sat here and told us that Nelson was a construction worker. He had lived in a nice gated community. We find out the day that of Aisyn's unfortunate timing that Nelson was a homeless nigga you found in a car that you moved in your house with his daughter and with you and Aisyn. First of all, how can you let a strange man into your home with your son, your infant son? I can understand Aisyn was 16, 17 years old. Aisyn was a grown-ass man. By then, not saying nothing bad can happen to a grown adult, but by then, Aisyn been strong enough, smart enough, witful enough to know if this situation was funny, he could just come live with his uncle, go with his father, go with his nana, which is grandmother, or go with his great-grandmother, my grandmother, which is his great-grandmother, still alive. But at 4 years old, Aisyn's relying on you, Grizel, to make the right calls, to make the right decisions for him, to put him first. And Grizel, you didn't do that. You chose Nelson's happiness. You chose your happiness before Aisyn's. Aisyn was an inconvenience to you. He was actual, and I don't care you fucking say otherwise, because your actions, my favorite saying goes, actions speak louder than words. You gotta show me something. Don't tell me what you're gonna do. Show me what you're gonna do. I've been told today, I can tell I got $1 million in my pocket right now. Doesn't make it true. However, if I show you if I have $1 million in my pocket, I prove myself, I prove my worth. I'm angry, I'm confused, I'm heartbroken. Some days it makes me hate everybody around me, including my friends who love me unconditionally. I don't want to be around nobody. And thank God I've done my good deal of crying. I don't have to worry about crying in this video, at least I hope not to. But what disturbs me, Grizel, is that you brought this man into your home, not knowing nearly enough about him, and actually you knew too much about him. You knew that he did not need to be in your home. And I understand, loneliness is a bitch. I understand, you're not always gonna pick them right. But when you're a mother, you gotta think on a different wavelength. And I know this sounds fucked up for all mothers out there, and even single fathers. If you're not willing to sacrifice for your child's happiness, don't be a parent. Give your child up now to someone who's more responsible than you, who's gonna love that child unconditionally, who's willing to make the sacrifices. Cause I'm telling you right now, I'm a gay homosexual man. My fathers know that. A lot of my immediate family know that. A lot of my good friends know that. Naturally, two men cannot have a baby, number one. Thank God. Number two, I personally never wanted to be a parent because I knew I wanted the freedom to move around, do as I please. I just knew I was a parent material. At least I wouldn't want to willing to be a parent. However, I always told myself if I came super rich, I would find me a black woman to be my surrogate immediately, or a biracial woman like myself. I'm a biracial man, but biracial, what I meant to say. And have a child because I want to leave something to a child. And then I'm rich. I won't really have to really worry about how I'm going to take care of my baby. I have the resources. I'm loaded. However, in my current condition, living with my brother in his apartment, working at a regular job that pays minimum wage, why would I bring a kid into that? However, if I was required to take care of a child, regardless if it was my own child or a child that is ended in my life, I will be 100%, 1000% ready to make all the necessary sacrifices to be the best father I can be to my child. And to me, people like you, Grizel, you love the fun of making a child, but when it's time to have the child, you don't want to do that. And to me, if you felt Aisyn was becoming a burden, Aisyn was becoming something that you could no longer love unconditionally, there were outlets. You could have told me. I would have been angry, but I would not have judged you. I would have been more happy that you decided, that you realized early on that you don't want to do this no more, that you would rather live your life without Aisyn. My mother would have been angry, but would not have judged you. We would have been thankful. My grandmother would have been pissed, but she would have understood. The only person who probably gave you a hard time about that would have been Alex, but you didn't need to talk to Alex about it. You came to us first. And what drives me nuts, Grizel, Aisyn was such a precious, loving, promising boy. That baby had so much good in his soul. And when the detectives come to you and the detectives ask you, you lawyered up so fast. You had no interest of trying to find your what happened to your son. You just want to make sure you were protected. That told me all what I need to know about you. You want to make sure that you were good. Fuck Aisyn. As long as your ass was not grass. And that tells me you're just as guilty as Nelson is. And and also with this, in my next case, I understand children get killed all the time. It's very unfortunate. I've always been one of those people, when I hear something happen to any innocent person, it makes me sad. But when I hear something happen to a child, especially when something gruesome, never a child like dies of cancer, that's sad, but at least that means the disease took him. No one physically harmed the child. But when I hear a child been raped, murdered, beaten to death, poison, whatever, that breaks my heart because that baby has so much promise and they would like to just end it like that. But Grizel, I never imagined it would be my own child. And Ace is not my biological child. He is my nephew, and I loved Ace like he was my own. The only reason I was not constantly up Ace's butt or around you guys, because at the end of the day, I felt the weird. I'm the uncle. I'm not his dad. I'm not his guardian. I'm not his mother. So, and we trusted you to do right. And Grizel, every time we saw marks on Ace, and we asked you, you always said, "Oh, he fell. The dog he got roughed house by the dog." You always had an excuse. And Grizel, every time we questioned, you made us feel like we were the bad guys. That how could we not trust you? Why we ask all these questions? You made us feel like, Grizel, I even at one point went against my own parent, like they need to get off your back. If you're doing your good, I like get off your back. Let you do your thing. You're a good mom. We all believe that. Grizel, you played everybody like a fucking fiddle. Cause now, what's going on with Aisyn? Aisyn just shouldn't be this much of a process. But Grizel, and then my cousin said something to me. Shout out to my cousin Shemeka. The reason you ain't ratting Nelson out, because you rat Nelson out, you rat yourself out. And that's what goes back to, you're protecting yourself over protecting Aisyn. You don't want justice for Aisyn, as long as you're safe. Doesn't matter Aisyn, why they down on the ground for 3 months now. Only, like my mom said, but the only comfort I take with Aisyn, no one can hurt him anymore. He can't be disappointed anymore. The world, nothing bad can happen to Aisyn anymore now. You can't hurt him anymore. That's the only good thing that comes out of him being dead. No one can disappoint him. He will never feel betrayed ever again. And that hurts because we love that boy very much. And the person who should have loved him most, the person who should have rolled harder and rolled till the fucking wheels fell off and pushed that motherfucking car, didn't love him back. And that shit hurts. Knowing that your own son meant so little to you. If you didn't love Aisyn the way you were supposed to, that you should have loved Aisyn, you could have gave him to someone who did. Instead of letting what happened to him happen to him. I'm hurt. I'm disappointed. And my nephew's death has affected me so badly that it drives me nuts. I can't go a day without thinking about him. Every time I try to do regular things, I'm always reminded of him. I see children. If I hear children screaming or complaining, even though I see children, I can see that child's being a brat in the store. I automatically assume the parent's hurting the child. I also now have a niece, and I'm not sure for those who don't know this. I have a niece, a beautiful niece named Aluna. And while I hope my niece is safe, I hope my niece is happy. I'm saying shout out to Hennessy. She's a wonderful mom to her daughter, which is my niece. I'm so glad that Hennessy exists. I'm so glad that Hennessy has a loving father and mother in her life that helps her out, because it's my only saving grace that I know my niece is going to be okay. That she won't end up like my nephew. Because I don't have it in me to be an uncle again since the passing of Aisyn. And I'm saying this now. It doesn't mean don't love Aluna. I want my niece safe. And my Aluna ever keeps an uncle honest, I get some money. If I have it, sure. But she will get my money. I don't know how much I will give her my time. Like if Aluna says something, oh, uncle, I see this cool Barbie doll. Can I get it? $25. Yeah, you're my niece. If I got it, yeah, you can get it. No, I would did it for your brother, so I would do it for you. But in terms of, just being there, I can't do it. And it's not, and I feel so angry at myself, guilty that I don't have it in me to be an uncle again. I mean, I can't take the fact that I am an uncle, but to be like an actual good loving uncle, not just an uncle by title, but uncle in action. And I know, Ace ain't the only child that passed away, but he was mine. And it stings, hurts like hell. And I would do just about anything to have my baby back. But I know I'm not a necromancer, I'm not God, and I don't have a time machine. I just felt like making this video to vent my frustration at his fucking piece of shit of a mother. To hopefully in 2022 my nephew gets justice, because I hate to say these detectives are moving very slow. It's almost like they're not trying to get my nephew justice. This is my channel, so I always don't make fighting game videos, as you guys know who got this far into the video. And sometimes I like to talk about other things. And my nephew's like my favorite thing in the world to talk about. Any of my friends can tell you that. Anyway, this is all I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna just chill, probably do some streaming before I get ready to go to work later. Honest Blade out. Thanks for listening. Peace, take care, and have a beautiful day.